first equation is called an identity. And this is what we would focus for this week. Okay? So an equation is satisfied by every number. So when you have an identity type of an equation, kahit anong number ang isubstitute mo dyan, the equation will always and always be true. It's called an identity equation. That's what you have to remember. Identity, it will always be true. All numbers will satisfy the equation. Second, the conditional equation. When you say conditional, certain conditions must be met in order for the equation to be satisfied. Sa Tagalog, hindi lahat ng numbers pwedeng isubstitute para maging true. This means na meron lang certain values si X na mag-fit dun sa equation. Di ba parang kayo lang, may certain values lang kayo na nag-fit, hindi naman lahat, di ba? Charot. Alright, so the conditional equations are also the types of equations that you were solving back in junior high, or the types of equations that we usually solve. Find the value of X. Ganun. Kahit wala na. Conditional equation yung tawag sa mga yon. And then lastly, the last type is called the contradiction. The contradiction equations has no solution. Kaya nga siya contradiction. It's not equal. Kahit anong isubstitute mo dyan, hindi siya magiging true. So, whatever value you substitute for X, it will never be true. The equation will not be satisfied. And then that type of equation, therefore, is called a contradiction. Okay? So, 3 types. Identity, kahit anong isubstitute mo, true. Conditional, only certain numbers would make the statement true. Contradiction, no value will satisfy the equation. All right? Moving the slide in 4, 3, 2, 1. Like what I've told you, we will be focusing on identities. And specifically, we will be talking about trigonometric identities. Trigonometric identities now will include your trigonometric functions. And these functions are sine, cosine, tangent, and their reciprocals. And in these types of identities, we are using 3 lines instead of just the equation symbol. So we are using the identity symbol composed of 3 lines. Okay? And then there are different trigonometric identities. Back then, we usually teach all of these: fundamental identities, angle sum difference, double angle, half angle. But for this year, for your batch, we will be focusing only on the fundamental identities of trigonometry. Okay, so these are just 8 out of 40 something identities. So we will just focus on 8. Yep. So let's have a quick recall and explore those recall. From the previous lessons, we know that our trigonometric functions are sine, cosine, and tangent. And these are their representations, right? We have sine represented by y, cosine is x, and tangent is y over x. Now let's have a random recitation. Let's ask about the reciprocals of these functions. Once I call your name, unmute your mic and state the reciprocal. Also, don't forget that you could recite through our chat box. Please send them as private messages para hindi makita ng buong klase yung sagot. Ha? Alright. Sine. Ano kasi ang reciprocal function ni sine? Let's ask. Oh, Anessa, go ahead.
Cosecant, ma'am.
Wonderful. The reciprocal of sine is cosecant. And of course, you also get the reciprocal of our representation. All right, Irvin, correct as well. Again, you may send your answers through chat. Kahit hindi kayo yung natawag, pwede kayong mag-recite through chat. Okay, next, the reciprocal of cosine. Let's ask Anton. Okay, go ahead.
Secant po, ma'am.
All right, very good. We have secant, or some pronounce it as second. It is now 1 over x, represented by 1 over x. Okay, Kate, Roselle, Karine, and Dom, Brainiel also correct. Very good. Next, for the tangent, let's ask Kathleen. What will now be the reciprocal of tangent?
Cotangent po, ma'am.
Very good. We have cotangent, and this is represented by x over y. Eliza, correct. Roselle, and Nicole, Hillary. Wonderful. And this is already discussed before, the equation of a unit circle derived from our Pythagorean theorem and the equation of the circle back in first mid, if you still remember that. Now, from here, we will be able to derive our fundamental identities. There are three groups of fundamental identities: the reciprocal, the quotient, and the Pythagorean identities. Okay? But these are all just under fundamental identities. Fundamental are basic trigonometric identities. Okay?